Here is a list of the 10 scariest places in New York, perfect for those looking for a little fear. Willowbrook Asylum, located in Staten Island, New York, is known for its dark and terrifying tales. Founded in 1947, it was a psychiatric hospital that became a symbol of neglect and abuse in the treatment of mentally disabled patients. Here are some terrifying stories associated with the asylum. In humane conditions, patients are known to have lived in deplorable conditions with extreme overcrowding and a lack of medical care. Many accounts describe how inmates were abandoned, creating an environment of despair and suffering. Medical experiments. During the 1960s, unethical experiments were performed on patients, including lobotomy treatments and electroshock therapy. Many of these procedures left severe physical and psychological scars, fueling the facility's sinister reputation. Disappearances. There are stories about patients who disappeared without a trace. Some of them are rumored to have been sent to other institutions, but others simply got lost in the system, leaving their families without answers. The isolation ward. This place was used to punish troublesome patients. Descriptions from those who passed through tell of screams and cries, creating an atmosphere of terror that is still felt in urban legends. Supernatural sightings. After the asylum closed in 1987, many claim to have experienced paranormal phenomena at the place. Apparitions, strange noises, and the feeling of being watched have been reported, making the asylum a destination for ghost hunters and the curious. The story of Willowbrook is a reminder of the atrocities that can occur in institutions, and its legacy continues to evoke unease in those who hear its tales. Greenwood Cemetery, located in Brooklyn, New York, is famous not only for its beauty and rich history, but also for the scary stories that surround it. Opened in 1838, it is one of the oldest and largest cemeteries in the United States. Here are some chilling stories associated with this place. Graves and restless spirits. Many visitors have reported encounters with what appear to be spirits of the deceased. Some say they have seen spectral figures wandering among the graves, especially on nights with a full moon. The legend of the Lady in Green. The spirit of a woman dressed in green is said to appear in the cemetery, searching for her deceased loved one. Those who have seen her describe her as a sad figure who faded away as she approached. The Mausoleum of the Three Brothers. There is a haunting story about three brothers who were buried together in a mausoleum. It is said that after their deaths, the family discovered that the brothers had been involved in criminal activities. Some believe their souls are trapped in the mausoleum, haunted by their past. Paranormal phenomena. Paranormal investigators have documented strange noises, whispers, and temperature changes in the cemetery. Ghost hunting teams have captured what they believe to be voices of the dead. The Mahler family story, a family tragedy marked by the deaths of several members in a short period. The spirit of the matriarch, who could never come to terms with the loss of her loved ones, is said to still roam the cemetery. Greenwood Cemetery is a place steeped in history and mystery, and its dark atmosphere attracts history buffs and paranormal seekers alike. Each visit can be a haunting and fascinating experience. The Amityville House, located in New York, is famous for its horror story that has captured the public's imagination. In 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered his family in the house, and soon after, the Lutz family moved in, only to experience chilling paranormal phenomena. Here are some of the scariest stories associated with this place. The DeFeo murders. Ronald DeFeo Jr. killed 6 members of his family while they were sleeping. The details of the crime are gruesome, and the atmosphere of the house is said to have become sinister after these events. Strange phenomena. The Lutz family, who moved into the house a year after the murders, reported a number of paranormal phenomena such as unexplained noises, doors opening and closing on their own, and a constant feeling of being watched. They also claimed to see ghostly figures. The bed of blood. One of the most notorious events was the appearance of a strange substance dripping from the walls and bed of one of the children. This phenomenon was described as blood and left the family terrified. Terrifying visions, the Lutzes claimed to have visions of demonic beings and experience changes in their personalities. Some of them said they felt an evil presence tormenting them. Investigations and skepticism. Many paranormal investigators and skeptics have studied the house, generating an ongoing debate about the veracity of the Lutz family's claims. However, their story has contributed to the Amityville legend, making it an icon of horror. The movie and the legacy. The story of Amityville has been adapted into numerous movies and books, perpetuating its notoriety. Each new interpretation rekindles interest in the house and the dark events surrounding it. The Amityville house remains a place of fascination and horror, and its story resonates in popular culture as one of America's most iconic horror tales. The Chelsea Hotel, located in New York, is famous not only for its bohemian architecture and cultural history, but also for the many scary stories that surround it. Since its opening in 1884, it has been home to artists, writers, and musicians, but it has also been the scene of tragedies and haunting phenomena. Here are some of the most chilling stories associated with the hotel. The death of Nancy Spungen, the famous girlfriend of Sid Vicious, bassist for the Sex Pistols, was found dead in the hotel in 1978. Her murder remains a mystery and has left a dark mark on the history of the place, with rumors that her spirit still roams the halls. The suicide of Dylan Thomas. Welsh poet Dylan Thomas died at the Chelsea Hotel in 1953, and his spirit is said to haunt the place as well. His tragic death has contributed to the hotel's gloomy atmosphere, with some claiming to have felt his presence in the rooms. Haunted rooms. Many guests have reported paranormal experiences, such as flickering lights, unexplained noises, and the feeling of being watched. Some rooms are especially famous for their strange activities. The spirit of the woman in white. A spectral figure of a woman dressed in white is said to appear in various areas of the hotel, especially on the stairs. Witnesses have reported her haunting presence and sad face. The story of Room 100. This room is famous for its strange phenomena. Guests have experienced strange noises, objects moving on their own, and a feeling of oppression, creating a terrifying atmosphere. The Cursed Artists. The Chelsea Hotel has been home to many tragic artists, and some believe their spirits still reside in the place, caught between fame and despair. These stories have fueled the legend of the hotel as a cursed place. The Chelsea Hotel remains a place of interest for history buffs and paranormal enthusiasts alike, and its legacy of tragedy and mystery continues to attract visitors from around the world. The Brooklyn Bridge is one of New York's most recognizable icons, but it also has its share of scary stories and urban legends. Since its opening in 1883, it has been the site of tragic events and haunting phenomena. Here are some stories you might be interested in. The suicides. Over the years, the bridge has been the site of numerous suicides. Many are said to have thrown themselves from its high walls, and some believe their spirits still haunt the bridge, causing a gloomy atmosphere. The legend of the shadow. Some witnesses have reported seeing a strange dark figure on the bridge, especially on foggy nights. This shadow is believed to be the spirit of someone who died on the bridge, seeking revenge or peace. The collapse of the structure. During construction, there were several fatal accidents. Workers faced dangerous conditions, and some died in the process. Their souls are said to still roam the structure, uneasy about the way they passed away. Strange noises. Many pedestrians and cyclists have reported hearing whispers, screams, and unexplained footsteps while crossing the bridge, creating an eerie atmosphere that has caused some to avoid crossing it alone at night. Visions of past tragedies. Some visitors claim to have had visions of tragic events that occurred on the bridge, such as accidents or even suicides. These experiences often leave people with a feeling of unease. The story of the first woman to cross. Emily Warren Roebling, wife of the bridge's engineer, was the first woman to cross. Her spirit, symbolizing struggle and perseverance, is said to continue to protect the bridge, but some also believe her presence is a reminder of tragedies that have occurred there. The Brooklyn Bridge is a place steeped in history and mystery, and its connection to the supernatural has attracted the attention of many, making it both a tourist and paranormal destination. Ellis Island, located in New York Harbor, is famous for having been the main gateway for millions of immigrants between 1892 and 1954. However, its history is also marked by tragedies, suffering, and disturbing phenomena. Here are some terrifying stories associated with the island. Ellis Island Hospital. The hospital, which cared for sick immigrants, became a place of suffering. Many patients never recovered and died there, leaving their souls trapped in a place that was once their hope for a new beginning. The souls in pain. Some visitors have reported paranormal experiences, such as hearing cries and whispers in the empty hospital wards. It is said that the spirits of those who did not make it to the mainland still roam the place, seeking care and comfort. The story of the children. Many children arrived on the island alone, separated from their families. Some of them died of illness or were deported. Their restless souls are believed to continue searching for their loved ones, and some have claimed to see childlike figures in the area. Deportations. People who did not meet the requirements to enter the United States faced deportation, leading to anguish and despair. Some stories tell of people who committed suicide in their sadness, and their spirits are said to still haunt the island. Strange visions. Tour guides and workers at the site have reported unexplained sightings, such as lights flickering and objects moving for no reason. Some believe these experiences are related to the souls of immigrants who passed through the island. The architecture of fear. The island's decayed and abandoned structures have an eerie atmosphere. Some visitors feel an inexplicable oppression when exploring the buildings, as if the dark history of the place is still present. Ellis Island is a symbol of America's immigration history, but its legacy also includes tales of pain and suffering, making it a fascinating and terrifying place. The Death Tunnel in New York, also known as the New York City Death Tunnel, refers to an underground tunnel that, according to some urban legends, is linked to stories of tragedy and paranormal phenomena. Here are some scary stories associated with this place. The tragic deaths. The tunnel is said to have been the scene of several fatal accidents over the years. Accounts of people who have lost their lives in the tunnel fuel the belief that their spirits still roam there, creating an eerie atmosphere. Visions and whispers. Some visitors and workers have reported seeing strange shadows and hearing unexplained whispers while transiting through the tunnel. These encounters are often described as chilling, leaving people with a feeling of unease. The legend of the woman in white. The spirit of a woman dressed in white is said to appear in the tunnel, searching for someone or something. Those who have seen it report a sense of deep sadness, as if its history is filled with pain and loss. The connection to crime. Throughout its history, the tunnel has been associated with criminal activity and criminal life in the city. It is believed that the spirits of those who died in violent circumstances are trapped in the tunnel, adding an air of mystery and terror. Unexplained noises. Workers who have been in the tunnel have reported strange noises, such as footsteps and knocking, with no apparent explanation. These experiences have led some to believe that the tunnel is inhabited by restless souls. The oppressive atmosphere. Many who have visited the tunnel have commented on the feeling of oppression and anxiety they experience while being there. This feeling may be a result of the dark history of the place and the tragedies that have occurred within its confines. The Death Tunnel in New York is a place shrouded in mystery and legend, and its history continues to capture the imagination of those who seek out terrifying experiences and paranormal phenomena. The former New York City Hospital, known for its long history and role in caring for the sick, has accumulated a number of terrifying stories over the years. Here are some of the most disturbing legends and tales associated with the place. The haunted souls. Many patients who died at the hospital, especially those who suffered from terminal illnesses, are said to have left their souls trapped. Employees and visitors have reported sensing strange presences and hearing crying in empty hallways. The Room of the Dead. For years, a specific room was used for the bodies of deceased patients. Some believe that the spirit of a nurse who worked there still haunts the place, seeking out those who have passed away and trying to bring them comfort. Visions of tragedy. Some have reported having visions of tragic events, such as patients suffering or scenes of despair while at the former hospital. These experiences often leave people with a feeling of unease. Unexplained noises. Workers and visitors have heard strange noises such as footsteps, whispering, and the sound of doors opening and closing on their own. These phenomena have fueled the belief that the hospital is inhabited by restless souls. The ghost nurse. There are stories about a nurse who is said to continue caring for patients even after her death. Those who have had encounters with her claim that a protective but also haunting energy is felt. In humane conditions, the hospital's history includes periods of overcrowding and inadequate care conditions. Some believe that the suffering of patients during those times has left a mark on the place, manifesting in supernatural ways. The former New York City Hospital is a place that evokes both medical history and legends of the paranormal. Its legacy of pain and suffering has created a fascinating environment for those looking to explore the unknown. The Dakota Building, famous for its architecture and history, is also known for its terrifying tales and paranormal phenomena. Located on New York's Upper West Side, it has been the site of tragedies and haunting events. Here are some of the most chilling stories associated with this iconic building. The death of John Lennon. One of the most tragic events associated with the Dakota was the murder of John Lennon in 1980. His spirit is said to still haunt the building, and some visitors have reported feeling a haunting presence or even hearing his music in the hallways. Strange noises. Residents and visitors have reported unexplained noises such as footsteps, doors opening and closing on their own, and whispering in the empty hallways. These experiences have led many to believe that the place is inhabited by restless souls. The story of the woman in white. Some have claimed to see a spectral figure dressed in white in the building. It is believed to be the spirit of a former resident who died under mysterious circumstances and is seeking closure for her tragic story. Visions of the past. Accounts from people who have visited the Dakota include visions of scenes from the past, such as elegant parties or tragic events that occurred in the building. These experiences often leave witnesses with a feeling of unease. Unusual living conditions. Throughout its history, the Dakota has been a place of intrigue and internal trouble. Tensions between residents and the building's management have often contributed to a tense atmosphere, which some believe has left a mark on the place. Encounters with historical figures. Some visitors claim to have felt the presence of historical figures who lived at the Dakota, such as the famous actor Boris Karloff. These experiences can be both disturbing and fascinating, generating a connection to the past. The Dakota Building remains a place of interest for both history buffs and those seeking the paranormal, and its legacy of tragedy and mystery continues to attract visitors from around the world. The Sandy Hook Lighthouse, located in New Jersey, is known not only for its beauty and maritime history, but also for the terrifying stories that surround it. Here are some of the legends and haunting tales associated with this lighthouse. The legend of the lighthouse keeper. The spirit of a former lighthouse keeper is said to still haunt the lighthouse. He is believed to have died under mysterious circumstances, and some visitors have reported seeing his figure wandering around the place, especially during stormy nights. Strange noises. Many who have visited the lighthouse have heard unexplainable noises, such as footsteps, rattling chains, and the echo of voices that seem to come from nowhere. These phenomena have fueled the belief that the lighthouse is inhabited by restless souls. The history of shipwrecks. Over the years, the area around the Sandy Hook Lighthouse has been the site of numerous tragic shipwrecks. The spirits of those who lost their lives at sea are said to still seek help and comfort on land, creating an atmosphere of mourning. Visions of the past. Some visitors claim to have had visions of tragic events that occurred on the coast, such as sinking ships or failed rescues. These experiences can be deeply disturbing and leave people with a feeling of unease. The presence of the Lady in White. A spectral figure dressed in white is rumored to haunt the vicinity of the lighthouse. It is said to be the spirit of a woman who lost her lover at sea and is still seeking his return. The oppressive atmosphere. Many who have been to the lighthouse and its surroundings speak of a feeling of oppression, especially in the dark. This feeling may be a result of the tragic history of the place and the souls that have been trapped within it. The Sandy Hook Lighthouse is a fascinating and terrifying place, full of history and mystery. Its legacy of maritime tragedies and supernatural encounters continues to attract visitors from around the world. These places are not only creepy, but they also have fascinating stories surrounding them. Would you dare to visit them? Which one is the scariest for you? Subscribe and leave a like if you liked the video. Thanks for watching.